Hello, my dear angling friends and fellow YouTube enthusiasts. Your fishing expert is back with another crucial forecast, and today we are diving deep into the conditions for Tuesday, the 25th of November, 2025, right here in beautiful Ireland. Now, some of you might be thinking, November, isn't that when the fish go into hiding? Well, my friends, I'm here to tell you that this day holds some exciting possibilities, especially if you know where to look and what to cast. Today is shaping up to be a masterclass in targeting those cold water warriors with clear skies and stable conditions that could spark a feeding frenzy if you play your cards right. Stick around, because I'll be sharing my tried and true tactics that will help you defy the chill and land some unforgettable catches. This isn't just a forecast, it's your roadmap to autumn angling success. Let's get straight into what's biting and how to hook 'em. First up, the undisputed king of Irish freshwaters in late autumn, the mighty pike. November is absolutely prime time for these freshwater predators. With the water temperatures dipping, pike are actively feeding to pack on weight before winter truly sets in. Where to look? Forget the shallow bays where they might have been a month ago. For the 25th of November, focus on deeper water, friends. Think around 6 to 10 meters. Look for sharp drop-offs, the edges of deep weed beds, and any kind of underwater structure like sunken trees or rock piles. The pike will be holding in these ambush spots, waiting for schools of roach or perch to swim by, seeking those more stable temperatures. Lakes like Lough Derg and Lough Ree are showing excellent activity. On what to catch, this is the time for big, slow presentations. A large deadbait like a mackerel or herring fished static on the bottom can be absolutely deadly in these conditions. If you're a lure angler, don't rush. Slow-sinking, large, soft plastics in natural colors like roach or perch patterns or even oversized crankbaits will be your best bet. My little trick for today, given the cooler air and clearer water, is to work your lures slowly and deliberately, pausing them often. Pike can be a bit sluggish in these conditions, but they'll absolutely hit a tempting, easy meal. Remember, conservation is key. You can only keep one pike under 50 centimeters in length, and all pike over 50 centimeters must be returned carefully to the water. Also, live fish as bait are strictly prohibited here in Ireland. Next, let's talk about the incredible bass. Believe it or not, November can offer some truly amazing bass fishing along the Irish coast, often yielding some of the largest specimens of the year. The sheer abundance of baitfish like lance, garfish, and sprat, often pushed around by the prevailing winds, makes bass incredibly active. Where to look? You'll want to target them along the southern and western coasts. Don't shy away from rocky outcrops, sandy beaches with good structure, or areas where strong currents create feeding lanes. These are their hunting grounds. On what to catch? For tackle, big topwater lures that cause a lot of commotion are proving incredibly effective, especially around first and last light. Fishing into the dark on a rising tide can also be highly rewarding. If you prefer bait, consider fresh crab and razorfish, which are often irresistible to bass. Remember, friends, bass are a protected species, so be mindful of minimum size limits and local regulations, with a bag limit of 2 fish in any 24-hour period. Finally, for those who enjoy a more relaxed session but still want action, there are coarse fish like perch, flounder, and ray. As the water temperature continues its downward trend, coarse fish like perch will instinctively move into deeper parts of lakes and canals, seeking stable temperatures and shelter. Where to look? For perch, look for them along features like underwater humps, canal lock gates, and the deeper sections of slower-moving rivers. If you're hitting the beaches, flounder and ray can offer consistent sport, particularly during the evening on a rising tide, on sandy or mixed ground. On what to catch? For perch, small jigs, tiny soft plastics, or traditional worms and maggots on a drop shot or light ledger rig will be your best bet. Keep your bait presentation subtle and your lines fine. Patience is truly key here, friends. For flounder and ray, fresh crab, razorfish, sand eel or squid are excellent choices. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty, the theoretical base that shapes our forecast. Weather. For Tuesday, the 25th of November 2025 in Ireland, we're looking at a rather cold day but with some fantastic stability. Daytime temperatures will hover between 7 and 10 degrees Celsius, dropping to between 0 and 3 degrees Celsius overnight. This means crisp air and clear conditions. We can expect it to be generally dry, with 0 millimeters of rain across much of the country, though some northern areas might see a slight chance of patchy rain or even a very light flurry of snow at night. Wind will likely be light to moderate, predominantly from the west. Crucially, the atmospheric pressure is expected to be stable and high, which often means happier fish, especially after any recent instability. Water temperature. Water temperatures in Irish coastal waters are currently averaging around 12 to 13 degrees Celsius, or about 54 to 56 degrees Fahrenheit, and the general trend is definitely downwards. Freshwater temperatures will be similar or perhaps a degree or two colder, with some lakes already below 10 degrees Celsius. This cooling means that while predators like pike and bass are active and taking advantage of abundant bait fish, coarse fish are becoming less active in shallow areas and are already seeking deeper sanctuary. Moon phase. As for the moon phase on the 25th of November 2025, we will have a waxing crescent moon. It will be around 5 days old and approximately 21 to 30% illuminated. Many anglers believe that the period leading up to a new moon and shortly after can sometimes be challenging due to reduced light, potentially making fish less active. However, for predators, this can also mean less nocturnal feeding, potentially making them hungrier during daylight hours. We're also looking at neap tides, which means less extreme tidal movement. Overall activity. Considering all these factors, my friends, the overall fish activity for the 25th of November 2025 can be rated as capricious to good for predators like pike and bass, but challenging for coarse fish. The cold air temperatures and dropping water temperatures combined with the clear, stable weather will encourage fish to hold in deeper, more consistent water. However, the abundance of baitfish and the clear activity of pike and bass, when targeted with the right tactics in deeper, structured areas, mean that if you're prepared for the cold, you could have a fantastic day. Don't be afraid of the chill, dress appropriately, and the fish will be there. So, my dear friends, that's your fishing forecast for the 25th of November 2025. I wish you all nothing but tight lines and screaming reels. May your lures be irresistible and your nets be full. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this forecast helpful, subscribe to the channel for more tips and predictions, and share your own observations in the comments below. What are your fishing plans for this autumn, and what's your go-to bait for cold water pike?